Hola, I'm Dr. Ramon Martinez. Thank you for visiting my videos. Today we're going to speak with Maria Inez Cordova, who was trained at UC Berkeley. She then went to San Jose State University to help establish the School of Social Work there. From there she went to San Jose City College, where she spent many years developing courses and programs of support for minorities and especially for Latina women at a time when there was little understanding of the challenges that these folks were facing. Good afternoon, Maria.
Good afternoon, Ramon.
Maria, would you please tell me about your own personal background, your siblings, your parents, your grandparents?
Okay, I was born in Hondo, Texas. I have 5 brothers and sisters. I came to San Jose in 1947. I was 4 years old. So I was a transplanted Texan. My mom and my dad, my mother was born in Hondo, Texas. My father was born in Sabinal, Texas. Neither one of them finished school. My mother was only allowed to go to school to the 7th grade. My father, I think, completed maybe the 5th grade.
What kind of work did they do?
My father, when we came to California, started out as a laborer, working in the fields, taking care of ranches. And eventually he ended up managing a secondhand store in Santa Clara. So he did that until he retired. My mother was a seamstress, and so she came here, she started working in a drapery shop, and then she ended up owning her own business.
What about your siblings?
My siblings, 2 of my siblings, my sister, who is next to me, she went to school, community college, and she got a certificate in alcohol and drug abuse. And she has used that, and she became the director of an alcohol and abuse program in women's prison in Corcoran, California. And she did that for about 7 years. My brother, he also got the certificate. Unfortunately, he didn't use his, and he died about 4 years ago. My next sister is a self-taught artist who owns her own gallery in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. And then my youngest brother did not graduate from high school, but he's a very versatile person, and he's now a videographer, a web designer, and a photographer.
And when your family went from Texas to California,
right?
Where did they come to in California, and why did they come?
They came to San Jose. The reason we came was my mother always told this story, that in Texas there was so much discrimination that she knew we would never be able to amount to anything, because we would always be kept down by the gringos. So she brought us here, and she felt we had more of an opportunity here, and I think she was right.
So where did you go to school here?
My family moved around a lot because my father worked on all these different farms, and we were very poor. When we came here, we lived in a labor camp, so we lived in a tent. And I must have attended at least 10 elementary schools. Probably by the time I was in junior high, 7th grade, was when we stopped moving so much. So I have to back up. I went to College Park Elementary School. From College Park Elementary School, I went to Peter Burnett for 1 year. Then from there, we moved again, and then I went to Herbert Hoover Junior High. And then we moved again. And then finally, I ended up at Campbell High School, and I graduated from Campbell High School. From there, I went on to San Jose City College, then I went on to San Jose State, and then on to Berkeley.
So, how many years did you go to college to get a BA?
I took the long route because I couldn't decide, because I didn't have any money, my parents couldn't pay for me. My mom wanted me to go into nursing. I didn't want to go into nursing because it was a field that had only women. So I decided to go into X-ray technology. So then that took me quite a while because I had to go to school at night. I couldn't get through my physics. So then I took some time out, went to work as a secretary. Then I started taking some classes, business classes. And I had a wonderful business teacher who said to me one day, "Maria, you don't belong here. What are you doing at a community college?" And I thought he was saying that I wasn't smart enough. But what he was actually saying was that I was so curious, I was doing so well in school, I should be at a 4-year institution. I did not know how to apply to a 4-year institution. So he said not to worry. He would get me the application. So he got me the application, I filled it out, and he said, "Don't worry, I'll take it for you." And he took it. He knew someone there and had them look at it. And I went through the application process and I was accepted. So again, I started San Jose State, but I didn't know what I wanted to be.
About what year did you go to state?
1968. No, 1964. I went in 1964, and again, I was going part-time because I was working to pay for school. So I went to school, and I decided to go into social work because all I could remember was that when my mother was on welfare, that the social worker was really kind. So I thought I could do that. So I went through, I didn't graduate until 1970. Then I went directly to UC Berkeley and graduated in 1972.
What did you take at Berkeley?
I took social welfare administration.
Was that a master's degree?
Yes, it was a master's degree. I had to commute from San Jose to Berkeley, and I had a 3-month-old baby at the time.
What were your favorite subjects in high school?
In high school, my favorite subjects were English, literature, and biology.